so happy that all of you are here with us today.
И мы сегодня очень рады, что вы все сегодня с нами.
It's going to be a kids Bible story for the little ones.
И это будет библейская история для детей.
I'm going to read the Bible story and ask questions, and I will ask you to raise your hand if you know the answers.
Я прочитаю вам библейскую историю, я вас буду спрашивать вопросы. Если вы знаете ответ, поднимайте руки.
Alrighty, so the name of the story, God's wonderful surprise. Jesus' friends were sad. They would never see their best friend again. How could this happen? Wasn't Jesus the rescuer? The King God has promised. It wasn't supposed to end like this. End like what?
Jesus dying on the cross.
Exactly. Jesus died on the cross. It shouldn't supposed to happen like that. Yes, but whoever said anything about the end? Just before sunshine, on the third day, God sent an earthquake and an angel from heaven. When the guards saw the angel, they fell down with fright. How would you feel if you would see an angel?
I would feel scared.
Anything else?
Probably surprised.
Surprised.
I will be surprised.
Yeah, surprised. And look, the angel rolled a huge stone away, sat on top of it, and waited. He was waiting for someone special. At the first glimmer of dawn, Mary Magdalene and other women headed to the tomb to wash Jesus' body. The early morning sun slanted through the ancient olive trees, drops of dew glittering on leaves and grasses. Little tears everywhere. The friends walked quietly along the hilly path through the olive groves until they reached the tomb, and immediately noticed something odd. What do you think they noticed?
An angel?
An angel? Maybe. What else?
An angel.
An angel. Look what they noticed. It was wide open. What was wide open?
The
Peshera, the tomb, the grave was open. They peered through the opening into the dark tomb. But wait, Jesus' body was gone. Why was it gone? Why was it gone?
Jesus was alive.
Oh, Jesus was alive. And look what happened. And something else. A shining man was there with clothes made from lightning. Don't be scared, the angel said. But they couldn't help it. They screamed anyway. Can you close your ears like this and pretending that someone is screaming? Yes, they screamed anyway. The angel asked them, "What are you doing here? This is a tomb, and tombs are for, how do you think, for who? The tombs are for who? For people who died." That's exactly what he said, for dead people. Then women could not speak. Jesus isn't dead anymore, he said. He's alive again. And women's hearts leap. And then the angel laughed with such gladness that they felt for a moment as if they had woken from a nightmare. What was the nightmare about? What wasn't the nightmare? That Jesus was dead? Was it a nightmare? Was it something scared that happened when Jesus Christ died? Yes, and they finally awoke from it. The other woman rushed home, but Mary stayed behind. How could it be true? Jesus was definitely dead. How could he be alive? Just then, Mary heard someone else in the garden. Who do you think she heard? Jesus? Did she know it was Jesus? She thought it was who? Who? A gardener. I don't know where Jesus is. Mary said urgently, I can't find him. But it was all right. Jesus knew where she was, and he had found her. Mary, only one person said her name like that. She could hear her heart thumping. She turned around. She could just make out a figure. She shaded her eyes to see and thought she was dreaming. Was she dreaming? Yes or no? No. Jesus! She was not dreaming. She was seeing. Mary fell to the ground. Suddenly tears filled her eyes and great sobs shook her whole body. And all she wanted in that moment was to cling to Jesus and never let him go. Would you do the same? If you would see your best friend next to you, hug your best friend, hug yourself. Show me how you would hug Jesus when you saw him. Just like that. Yes, but look what Jesus said. Jesus said, you'll be able to hold me onto me later, Mary. Jesus said gently, and always be close to me. But now, go and tell the others that I am alive. Do you think Mary went to tell others? Yes or no? Yes. Look at the next picture. Isn't it funny how she runs? I know. Mary ran and ran all the way to the city. She had never run so fast or so far in her life. She felt she could have run forever. She didn't even feel like her feet touched the ground. The sun seemed to be dancing and gleaming and bounding across the sky, racing with her and shining brighter than she could ever remember the clear, fresh air. And it seemed to her that morning as she ran, almost as if the whole world had been made anew, almost as the whole world was singing for joy. The trees, tiny sounds in the grass, the birds, and her heart. Was God really making everything said untrue? Was he making even death come untrue? She couldn't wait to tell Jesus' friends. They won't believe it. She laughed. She was right, of course. Why do you think disciples did not believe her? Or did they believe her? They did not believe. Why?
Because they thought Jesus was still dead.
They thought Jesus was still dead. Did they see Jesus before Mary saw him? Question is for you. You never saw Jesus, did you? So you never saw Jesus. Do you believe that Jesus is alive? Why do you believe that Jesus is alive, but disciples did not believe? Why do you believe that Jesus is alive? What makes you believe that he is alive, he's not dead? What makes you? Just one person knows, right? Oh, two more, a couple of more. Natalie. It tells us in the Bible. So, you have to believe the Bible to be sure that Jesus is what? Let's say it all together. Jesus is alive. And let's turn our parents over there and let's tell them the great news that Jesus is alive. Ready? Begin. Jesus is alive. Good job. Thank you so much. Kids, those of you who participated in choir, you may stay here, but the rest of the kids, go and join your parents. Go.
Утром птичка крошка, чужа с глаз заря небес. Не чирикнула в окошко, здравствуй, друг, Христос воскрес. Я вчера вернулась с юга, из далекой стороны. Не хочу поздравить друга из далекой стороны.
Иисус любит деточек, мальчиков и девочек, но не только нас, детей, возлюбил всех людей. Я люблю Иисуса. Он был на кресте, от греха и смерти Он нас освободил. Аминь. Yes,
пасхальное, утро чудесное, утро победное, утро воскресное. Ныне восстал наш Спаситель из гроба. Пой эту песню ты снова и снова, и расскажи ее всем ты сегодня, как велика эта милость Господня. Аминь.